What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Good or What, the show where we talk about stuff and whether it sucks or not. As always, I'm Ernest Wilkins.
I'm Matt Pace.
Matt, what is our movie this week?
Ernest, we are talking The Great Gatsby. Gatsby.
I read that book when I was a kid.
On an annual basis? Or once and then forgot about it?
The second one.
It's okay.
Yeah. So, obviously, this is a new film from Baz Luhrmann. Did Moulin Rouge, did the Romeo and Juliet movie that took over your childhood, if you're of the same age I am. I mean, he even brought back Leonardo DiCaprio. He's just a...
Nice guy. I mean, an actor who can't get apart, Baz Luhrmann's like,
You know what? He reached out.
Throwing you a bone.
And I appreciate that. Shout out to Baz Luhrmann. Okay, so Matt, tell me about this movie.
Well, Ernest, believe it or not, I actually don't mind that Baz Luhrmann takes his usual style. I mean, he doesn't work with subtlety that much visually, so I don't mind that he brought that to The Great Gatsby. You wouldn't think that something certainly the Jazz Age had its flair,
For sure.
but you wouldn't necessarily think that all of Luhrmann's kind of tricks up his sleeve would work for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine to find some modern context and connections for this story, but he didn't seem to process it and bring any understanding to it. I think too many people involved in this movie, including with the soundtrack with Jay-Z and Beyonce and Lana Del Rey, it all seems to be like, check out the way that we participated in this movie. Isn't that so cool? But it's like, well, is there actually, an understanding of the book here, and do we really gain insight about the story from the movie?
Gatsby? What Gatsby?
And I think the answer is no.
Okay. Well, let's run down, because there are a lot of heavy hitters in this movie. I think a lot of big-time actors. Let's do just a quick rundown of, how did everybody do?
Well, I think DiCaprio was just not an inspired choice. I think it probably was Baz Luhrmann looking through his phone and being like, oh, yeah,
I know
that guy. I'll call him. He could be Gatsby.
Yeah.
It's a fine choice, but it's not inspired. I would have much preferred someone like Michael Fassbender to bring more out of Jay Gatsby. I think Tobey Maguire was absolutely wrong for Nick Carraway, who isn't, he's kind of a bland character in the first place.
True.
So we needed an actor who can bring more to someone who doesn't have that much to do besides stand on the sidelines and judge.
Right.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt maybe, I think, would have worked fine there.
Okay.
I like Carey Mulligan, but the movie doesn't really give Daisy a whole lot to do.
Yeah.
It's just not a good script. I think Joel Edgerton will be if anyone's talking about a performance for the movie, it'll be Joel Edgerton as Tom Buchanan.
Okay.
But, I mean, the movie's 2 hours plus, and besides for the really lavish visual stuff, I don't think people are going to have that much to talk about story-wise. It just doesn't deepen. It doesn't click. When you read the book, you don't say, wow, what an amazing plot. You say Fitzgerald is a great writer.
Right.
And that just does not come through on screen this time.
Okay. I think I know where you're leaning, but I got to ask. Matt Pace, The Great Gatsby, good or what?
Ernest, The Great Gatsby is a what? And I hate to be that guy who's like, don't see the Hollywood blockbuster, go see the tiny little French drama, but I am going to be that guy this week because opening at Landmark on Friday is a movie called In the House, which no one's going to compare that to Great Gatsby, but it involves a teacher who's encouraging this new student who's a great writer. Teacher hasn't been inspired for years. He's like, okay, I like what you're doing. Going to your friend's house and writing about these weird experiences you have there. If you're looking for an interesting movie that tackles kind of the inner workings of friendship and family, I would absolutely recommend that instead of Gatsby.
Okay. Fun fact, did you also know that LL Cool J was on a show in the 90s called In the House?
I absolutely did, and when I turned on this film, I was so excited for a big screen version of that TV show.
Yeah.
And then LL Cool J was speaking French, and that was even more surprising.
Yeah. Remind me, that actually would be... You know what? Nope. We'll save that for next episode. Friends, this is another edition of Good or What. It is a good one. We're happy to do it. We love you very much. As always, I'm Ernest Wilkins.
I'm Matt Pace.
We'll see you next time.